Was this?
If there's crooks in your castle, then it's nights full of battles. Some fight with the barrel. That's eagles versus vultures and olives versus arrows. Call harder.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's OG Boricua Dada, a.k.a. Chef. I got the midnight snack in the building. Mr. Grey Cloud, y'all know what it is, man. That's our 10 pounds of podcast. But listen, we got a lot of intros. We got a lot of different music. It's always at Mr. Grey Cloud.
Yeah, always Mr. Grey Cloud.
It's fire.
Yes.
Listen,
that's my dude. Our soundtrack is Mr. Grey Cloud.
It's facts. So I'm super excited now. I was trying to convince him to go backwards, forward, and he said, nah, we're going to talk Elimination Chamber as is, the way it's supposed to be told.
Yeah.
Now, I got to admit, way before I even talk anything, I got to admit my extreme biasness for Alexa Bliss, but for a reason, right? So before you get the cool intros, you know what's going on. First girl in, was it Bailey was the first girl in? I think Bailey, no. It was not Bailey. Alexa Bliss comes in first, right? So she comes in, music's going. She has her Friends Forever. It's the Fiend jacket. Love it. She got the little white 6 doll with the 6 in the eye. Does her thing, goes in. Bailey comes in. She kind of throws like a heart to Alexa Bliss. And I'm like, okay, interesting. If you watch the Roxanne Perez, now you know wrestling more than me. I don't catch up to all WWE because when we were talking, I said, yo, I think they're lining something up for Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez because Roxanne Perez went right in front of Alexa Bliss's chamber, was giving her like, bitch, you next. I'm like, whoa. Now you said prior to that, Alexa Bliss kind of went at her. I'm like, I don't.
The night before, after Roxanne Perez won, Alexa Bliss came from her back and jumped her, hit the Sister Abigail, and right there, because like you mentioned, the start of their feud for hopefully most likely at WrestleMania. So,
and the beautiful part about this, now, I wanted Alexa Bliss to win because I'm an Alexa Bliss fan. She's one of those people, especially now, she doesn't have to win, right? And Roxanne Perez getting the opportunity to work with someone like Alexa Bliss is fucking awesome for her career.
Yes.
What I mean by that is, when Naomi was, well, let me not jump the gun. So everybody comes in the ring, right? I was about to jump the gun. So the last two is Liv Morgan and Naomi, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'd rather Bianca in there because I'm not a big Naomi fan. But so I'm like, all right, cool. So they're kind of doing their talking shit thing. And I'm like, all right, like, we're going to see my girl Liv Morgan put the work in. Music hits, crowd loses their shit, right? I'm like, oh, shit. I see the name Jade Cargill because on this venue, they have to kind of walk in to turn into the camera.
Yes.
So I seen the name before you seen the person. And I'm like, oh, shit. Jade Cargill, and this is what I'm talking about, authenticity, like when we just talked with King Fatboy, Papo, Esco. There's an authenticity of certain people that you know is real. When she turned that corner and had that straight beeline to the ring, there was a very aggressive, I'm going to whoop your ass walk. Like, if you've seen it, you know it's a problem. She came in, and I'm like...
And before you jump, let's just give the fans a little, go backwards 3 months. So, you have the women's tag team is Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, SmackDown. Then one night, boom, Jade Cargill gets thrown through a car window. No one knows what the hell's going on. Everybody's panicking. Everybody's going crazy. 3 months ago. So now, a week later, all this tells the girls, ultimatum, you're either going to have to defend the titles or you're going to have to give them up. So then she goes, well, shit, no. With Naomi, let's go. Then for the next 2 weeks, she's defending the title with Naomi. A week later, now it's a month, she makes Naomi the official tag team burner now of the other belt. So now for the next 2 months, Naomi and Bianca defending the titles. Nobody knows what happened. There's a video, but they have suspicions that it was Liv Morgan that did it. Then a month later, there's a video that all this finds backstage video. that they see Liv Morgan and Raquel walking in towards the back
on the side,
on the side door where Jay Cargill's getting pulled into the ambulance. So right there, oh my God, the assumptions are correct. It was the two bitches out here. They jumped them. We're gonna get them. Now for the next month is Belair, Bianca, and Naomi going after Raquel and Liv Morgan because now they believe that they were the ones that destroyed Jade Cargill to the windshield. Now they have the match. But now they win the tag team belts from Naomi and Bianca.
Wait.
Now we fast forward to.
Wait. Before we fast forward, can I play devil's advocate real quick?
Yes.
Okay. So, I don't pay attention to WWE like that, right? Like, I pay attention to specific wrestlers on what they're doing. So, I seen a video where Bianca Belair and Naomi are sitting backstage and they're watching the backstage camp, like the parking lot
camera
angle, where you got Liv and Roxanne walk through. And I'm like, if you pay attention to the energy of Naomi and Bianca, they look kind of nervous, right? Like, oh shit, we're going to be seen on camera.
So now you fast forward to what happened last night, and you pick up now where you said there she was beelining to the ring, and go ahead.
The ring. So I'm thinking, right, because I'm a little out of touch, that she's about to put the beats on Liv Morgan.
Same thing.
Liv Morgan's like, yo, I got no beef with you.
Thinking same shit.
Right? Like, Liv Morgan's like, I got no beef with you. Like she looked kind of shook, right? Like, there was one that was ready to kill somebody, and the other one was ready to rest.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, damn, Liv is about to get eliminated, and from there we'll keep going. She just puts the beats. I mean, like, this is that beef. I'm talking like, wow, Hood Street.
Owe me money.
She put the beating on Naomi, dragging her around, beating the shit out of her. But before she put the beats on Naomi, she's looking at I would say Jade Cargill, Bianca. She's looking at Bianca like, oh shit, like she knows something's up, right?
Yeah.
So she destroys her. Best part about it, now I know it might sound savage as fuck, when Naomi's trying to crawl her beating ass to the freaking outside of the ring, Jade runs over and slams the gate on her. And I'm like, hot damn.
Yes.
You want to talk about coming back and laying work?
Yes.
Not for nothing, Bianca. You're next. Like, great match. I love the...
No, go ahead.
Okay. If you pay attention, and this is where my Alexa Bliss biasness comes in. If you rewatch that, and I tell anyone to watch the mannerisms of Alexa Bliss, the character work on her alone, she goes from super happy, super playful, super sad and nervous, and crazy, whatever you're going to call this dark Alexa Bliss or whatever it is. She's just she's
different emotions,
cylinders of gold. So I'm like, oh, dope. We've seen her and Roxanne Perez. We got a tease between them in the ring. Bayley, we had the hiccup on where you reminded me she was at the All-Star game. Bayley fell back. I was like, this is the Bayley we love. Bayley murdered it. Bianca looked great. Whipping Liv Morgan and tearing her shit up on the side. Crazy with that hair. Not for nothing. You whip me like that, I'm cutting your hair off the next time we fight again. So, crazy battle. At one point, I expected Liv to win. I was like, all right, Liv is going to win. Bianca goes off, and I'm like, I'm okay. I love let's get Bianca back where she belongs because she's too talented to be stuck in a tag team division.
Now, I got three things that I have to say about what happened with Naomi, Bianca, and Jade.
Wait. My question to you first off is, this was a great setup, right? This is how you start a pay-per-view walk. The women took it to a level, and you're like, this is how you start the show. Did you love the match?
I love the match.
Now, what were you going to say?
Later, I love the match. Three things that I have to say. One, pissed me off. The first thing I'm going to say, pissed me off. You mean to tell me Cargill comes in, destroys Naomi, smacks her face into the cage, the cage thing first once, smashed her face into the plastic barrier dome, whatever the girls were in.
On the cage.
Yeah, the plastic 2 times. Her head smashed 2 times. She does the thrust kick. Her head hits 3 times. Hits the floor. Goes to the side of the door. She slams the cage door on her head 4 times. And you mean to tell me not one drop of blood came out of that chick's head?
I think that they should use.
But you mean to tell me you smacked your head so many times and now 1 ounce of not even 1 blood drop? Give me 1 blood drop. Show me something like, holy shit, Jay just killed Naomi. She's busted open. Oh my God, she's busted open. Look at all the carnage. You mean to tell me they couldn't take that next step and have her just a little bit? Just 1 little bit of blood. 1 little ounce.
That's what my wife said. Now my wife's not into wrestling no more, right? Like she got into it because I literally was like,
just imagine the blood.
Hold on.
The next step.
So she got involved into it because I literally told her, I'm going to watch every pay-per-view this year because this is Cena's last run, right? Yes. Like, I want to see the farewell tour. Cena's my guy. He's one of my guys, right? And I'm going to watch his retirement. It's like our athletes. When Vince or any of these guys are retiring, you want to watch as much as you can because you're never going to see it again.
That's the last year you're going to see him.
So when we were watching it, she said the same thing. How many times did this chick just bust her head? She goes, why don't they throw like a blood package so you could just put the blood to like leak? You don't got a blade. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling you to blade a girl, but there's blood packs. They use them in Hollywood. Like, just bash one of them with like just sit there. No blood kind of.
Amazing thing that happened, but dude, I think if she would have been busted open after the 3rd smack, that would have been the next step. Oh my God, Cargill just busted Naomi open. She's bleeding profusely, and then you slam her head into the thing. Oh my God, now she's dead. Like, oh, look at all the blood, dude. I'm just saying. I
agree.
2, Naomi looks to the back to her. And 2 things go into my head. Either Bianca set Naomi up by saying she didn't know what happened, because you know how crazy Bianca was going inside the thing, trying to get out and smacking the thing, But, Oscars, last night was the Oscars. Bianca disturbed the Oscar in our performance because
she murdered it. She murdered it.
Out of there. Or 3, both of them were in it because there's
they jumped her.
Just came into the company, already has the belt, already has doing TV shows, movies, covers of magazines. She's a phenom. Everything is on her. We've been here busting our asses. We don't get that type of publicity. She comes in and just takes over. We're sick and tired of your shit. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
And she was in the WNBA too.
Exactly. So right there, now you have Bianca. So now supposedly you're gonna have Bianca go up against Rhea Ripley. But what happens if it turns out to be Bianca versus Jade Cargill now at WrestleMania? Instead of her going after the belt like it's supposed to happen. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna milk this shit out where Cargill comes out and say, you bitch, you were part of it too. It's going to be
you're next.
Screw your match, or she's going to or they're going to milk this shit to WrestleMania, where Cargill just leaves for a while, comes back and just beat Belair and costs the belt against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. But that's a long wait, man. That's almost a month to wait for that payoff. So I'm saying right now, it was you two. You were part of it. Me and you, WrestleMania. I want this match, period. I'm just saying, what do you think? I'm just saying, I'm just throwing shit out there now.
No, listen, I think that if you came back, right, like here we go, how we always do. If I put you in the hospital, me and one of the homies, don't matter, and you come back for Elimination Chamber, me and the homie are in there, and you beat up my man, right? and I'm stuck in the cage and I can't help my man, but you put the beats to him, you tear him up. We got to get ours. Like, that's what you came in for. That's what the violence, the aggression was. Because if that's the case, you didn't have to come back Elimination Chamber. You could have waited for a Monday Night Raw, beat her up backstage, and try to do the I'll take my opportunities when they come, and then who's taking them out, right? No, this is I'm gonna tear you people up as soon as I get hands on. As soon as I can go at you, I'm going at you. Why would I wait a month to go at you when I could do it right now? So if you are going to do it, you either one, you're going to take her out. She's not going to be in the main event, right? She's not going to be in Mania. Or do you go back and you ruin Elimination Chamber and you go, oh, let's put the feud instead of you getting the title shot. You got Jade now. Now, I would feel away. If I'm any of those 5 women, I'm going to feel away. Because look at the body of Liv Morgan and all the bruises she got, right? Like, she's jacked up.
Yeah, because she put a picture later on that night from there. She was jacked up. So now, jumping on your what the hell they call that saying?
Piggyback?
Piggyback from your thing. What happens now, like you said, Jay comes out, destroys Bianca Belair, that she's out of WrestleMania. Now you have to put Liv Morgan in there and maybe make it a triple threat match, a quadruple threat match, or you put Belair. I'm sorry, you put
Jade,
Bailey,
Jade,
you put Bailey, Jade, Roxanne Perez, Bliss, and Liv Morgan, like a 6-way, or you just put Bliss against Roxanne separate, but then you have Liv Morgan, Jade Cargill, and Bailey in a 4-way against Rhea Ripley, because you took out Naomi and you took out Bianca Belair before WrestleMania. So now she can cash it in because she's hospitalized because you just destroy her ass. So now she's out for a while. I mean, what better payback than that is than taking the chick out who destroyed you for 3 months and you take her out and now you take her WrestleMania spot.
I mean, if anything, I think they might do because Liv was the last one pinned. So I think they might do a Liv versus Jade, and whoever wins gets that spot, I think would be what they might do. But if you want to do a quick women's over to
WrestleMania, and WrestleMania, dude, like, that's the biggest show on earth.
Well, what if you symbolize it on a Raw and you do a 6-woman over the top?
Yeah, or 6-way.
Right, like something where whoever wins that, all the women that were there, insert Jade and.
But instead of having a 1-on-1, I would love to have a 3-way at WrestleMania just because it's WrestleMania. Yeah. And, it's no longer a 1-night extravaganza. Now it's a 2-night extravaganza. 4 hours, for 2 days at 4 hours. I want to see as many matches as possible, but I want to see as many folks getting to WrestleMania that deserve. Liv Morgan deserves to do WrestleMania after that beating she took and posted all those pictures, and you go like, yeah, wrestling is fake, all right, but look at all this shit that I went through last night.
You know what I hate on social media is everybody wants to claim who the best heel is, right? Like, if we're talking, let's just talk character work real quick before we go on to the next match. What Liv Morgan has been able to do this year between the situation of Dom and Rhea to Dom and Liv and everything that came about. Listen, the whole Liv jumping all over this guy like that's her man and all that, pissing people off. Yo, her character work is crazy. She's killing people to the point where she's doing the Tres Amigos, she's doing the 619. Like, yo, Liv is really wailing out here. And
it's the old way that you go like, okay, we're gonna give you a chance. And it's time, and you got to do what you got to do. She's taking the chance, and she's taking it that step further. That I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity, and I'm rewarding you guys by showing you my work. And she's been doing that the last 2 years. That she's been heel, and she went crazy, and all the kind of shit going on. With Rhea Ripley, and then she took Dom from Rhea Ripley to fall in love with him, They can Rhea Ripley out of Judgment Day. Now Judgment Day is Liv and Raquel because she got somebody else. The work itself, dude. She deserved the Oscar, Emmy, and ESPY for all the shit that she was doing. And this is where you look and you go like beyond wrestling. This is the character work that you always say. This person is a good wrestler, but her acting sucks or she can't talk. This is where the acting goes, and they always listen to wrestler. Like go and take acting classes. Go into improv classes. Improv the shit out of situations. Because once you start improving and you get that down pat, that's 30% of the wrestling right there. Is your character building.
That's where I'm stuck at, right? Like this is where my beef with Roman is prior to the Bloodline Roman. I thought Roman was whack as fuck, and I'm not even talking in ring. I'm talking the ability to not be able to engage with him. If you look at Rhea Ripley in ring, I don't give a fuck whose name you insert. Rhea Ripley could battle anyone and dudes, right? Like, but as a character, I'm not invested in her because there's nothing I've seen where I go, oh, I really dig this, right? Like, this is fire. I've never been a Liv Morgan fan until the whole mommy and not Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio. I've never been locked in on her until then. And when I've seen this Liv Morgan, I sat back and was like, holy shit. She's the champ. She killed it.
1,000% agree.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, damn, right? Like that. All I'm saying is Liv is fucking killing it. Right now, I don't think there's a woman in wrestling that is got the kind of hate she does. And this is my beef where people go, oh, Logan Paul is the best heel. Are you fucking stupid? Like, first off, outside of him being a big, what do you call it? Like not social media, influencer or whatever they call themselves. Yeah, an influencer. Dominic Mysterio is one of the greatest heels I've seen in over 20 years.
That dude can't talk to them, do his ass off. Yes. Dude,
Dominic Mysterio comes out.
You made it when you come out and that the fans are calling you a bunch of different names. You died, dumb. Your mama did dumb. This right there. When you get a death threat, is when you know you made it as a wrestler. Is when you get a death threat. You cannot get anything more of a badge of honor as a wrestler than receiving a death threat right there in the ring. Your mama suck dick, suck that, do this. You suck. You as a heel, you made it in wrestling.
And this is where I've tried to talk to people, and I go, he doesn't even. There's nothing he's done to a fan to act like a dick. Where like an MJF is constantly like shitting on fans and doing asshole shit. Dominic Mysterio never took that attention to fans.
Dude, all he did was tell his father, and that was it.
He's fucking Rey Mysterio, right? Like, he's Rey Mysterio.
Out there, he turned on his dad, and that was it. That was all you needed. Now you're hated by every Mexican fan in every continent. You're hated because you turned.
Listen, let me tell you how simplified it was. One, he talked shit, and he attacked his father. That was enough. Yeah. But when he did the Eddie Guerrero haircut, that was the fuck you, right? Like Dominic took to another level. Everyone hates you. I love you. Pause. It is what it is. Yes. Next match we come into was my bathroom match.
Dude, don't even go to the matches. Everything else sucked. Let's be honest.
Okay, so you're right.
Every other match sucked.
Whatever.
Yeah, the rest of the shit sucked. The man's. How was the man's? I don't even know who won.
Kevin Owens. All right.
Christian and everything. Just go to the men's elimination match.
Well, let me just say who wins. Tiffany Stratton or Tiffy or whatever. Whatever their names are.
That tag team was trash. That female tag team match was
terrible.
Trash. Yeah.
It was terrible. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I started it. I got so bored.
Dude,
Wait. Let me tell you what I did.
Years in Ring of Honor and in Indies, El Generico versus Kevin Owens. If you've seen one match, you've seen the next 1,000 matches that they had. El Generico versus versus Kevin Owens. And then when they went to the league, how many matches have they had where they turn heel against each other? It's the same shit. For the last year, how many years they been in the league? 5, 6? And how many times have they wrestled? Because because Karen always turns on Sammy. 5 to 6 times the dude has already turned heel on him. So screw it. Just skip the same thing.
Hold on. Let me explain to you what I did. It's kind of funny. So I'm like, all right, I got to know when the main event is because that's what I want to watch.
Yes.
So I hit my son up. I'm like, yo, do me a favor. When the Sami Zayn match ends, text me it's over. Just write over. He's like, got you. Now there's a show I watched called Baking It. It has these 4 old ladies that are judges. It's all about baking, Christmas stuff. It's freaking awesome. It's on Peacock. So I throw that on instead. So I'm watching the baking show.
You disgust me right now with that.
Huh?
What kind of street man are you? You're from the hood. You're from 106 Brooklyn, Manhattan, whatever, and you're watching 4 old ladies baking shit. You disgust me right now. No. Bro.
They're the judges.
You disgust me right now.
So I enjoyed the episode. It was really good. The old ladies are great. They're savages, right?
I bet you were sitting there yearning a sweater and shit, right? But you were yearning a sweater watching that? Or you were sewing a t-shirt? Lord.
No. I learned something new. I didn't know though. I didn't know if you put apple vinegar into your apple pies, it enhances the apple flavors. So I didn't know that.
Welcome to the wrestling show where we'll give you some baking tips. Look at this shit.
I enjoyed that. Came back when it went on. I'm like, all right, main event. We have the men's war chamber. I'm excited, right? I want anyone but fucking Logan Paul to win, right? Like, I'm over Logan Paul. He's annoying as fuck. He's a goofy dude. He goes in. Now, CM Punk goes in. Cena, everyone's loving it. Cena's in his cage, having fun, doing his thing. Damian Priest comes in, and it's wild because Damian Priest kind of gives that I'm gonna beat everybody up, but Cena kind of gives him a head nod, like, I see you, pimp, like, salute. Damian Priest goes in his shit. The last 2 is Seth Rollins. Oh my God, I just forgot his name.
Yeah, it's Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and John Cena. Then Seth Rollins
and Drew McIntyre.
The last 3 is then Seth Rollins gets pinned. Then Seth Rollins gets the curve stomp on top of Seth's head, and then Cena puts him on that STF.
But who started? Because it was Seth Rollins versus.
Oh, do I have no idea? Let's just go to the end.
Okay, you really want to skip everything. I love this match. I got wait. I gotta say that there's points in the match that are important to me because at Royal Rumble, remember the whole why did Damian Priest throw out
yes.
Drew McIntyre, right? Like, why did they throw Drew out? This one, it seemed like CM Punk and Drew wanted to beef because CM Punk and Drew kept talking shit. And when somebody was beating up on Drew, it was right by CM Punk. CM Punk was cheering it on. And it looked like a lot of hostility. And then he did a dirty pin on Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was pissed again.
First. He got pinned first.
Yeah. He wound up getting, and then he claymore.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like they're setting up. I don't know why it would set up because who is Drew right now compared to? And this is no hate. I'm a Drew McIntyre guy. We love him in Drew Galloway, and we've seen his great work and impact and everything else. But at this point, you have a former champion, a current former champion, in Damian Priest.
Yep.
So why would he even be entertaining a feud with a guy who's nobody? right? So I'm like, all right, they're building up something for something. I don't know what. It leads off to the last three.
Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
So you have the CM Punk Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's going to be a WrestleMania.
In this match, if you pay attention to Cena and Punk when they first look at each other, CM Punk says, "I miss you, baby," and John says it to him, and then CM Punk says, "I miss you too," and then they kind of do their little, let's start fighting it out kind of thing. And I was like, the respect level was super dope. John Cena watching Seth Rollins curb stomp CM Punk, and then quickly runs over. I'm talking quickly. Yes. Grabs him. Instead of going for a pin, he puts him in the STFU. And I'm like, you're a greasy dude. Like, you're mad greasy, Cena. Chokes him out. I like that they didn't have him tap. You keep CM Punk.
He passed out.
I passed out. You. It's like a sucker punch. You sucker submitted me, right? Like, all right, I got it.
So he could say, I lost, but I didn't get pinned. Like, you got pinned and I didn't submit, and you lost. I lost because I passed out. So he could use that going forward.
And the only reason why I lost was because of Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool, right? John Cena's there. Everybody's going crazy. I'm like, yo.
The thing
we're getting our guy.
Now
we're getting our guy at Mania.
Yes.
Cage lifts up. Everyone's going crazy. Before I go into that, let me take a shot at a moron in the crowd that annoyed the fuck out of me. So the guy with the red jacket, and he had a championship belt on him, who over-exacting, like he was trying to become a meme. Every time something happens, bro, if you watch it, he's front row, he has a red thing on, and they literally camera around everybody to make an expression except for him. The whole night, oh my God, for everything, right? Like he was over the top. You're an annoying fuck that was trying to be a meme and it didn't work. So Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody Rhodes. I'm like, dope. Cody comes in. Crowd's going crazy. Cena and him are doing we're going to Mania. We're going to Mania. I'm like, all right, let's go, right? Then the greatest of all times music hits.
If you smell,
I'm like, okay.
The Rock.
Out comes Travis Scott, and I'm like,
why he's there? Why is he there? Yeah, why is he there? Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm like, why is Travis Scott
come out him being there?
So I'm confused. I'm like, okay, where's the Rock? Rock comes out. I'm like, okay, I see what this is. He's wearing somebody's championship belt I've never seen. It looked like a hardcore WWE belt.
Yeah, he calls himself the champion of the world, so that's his belt, like the final boss belt.
Okay, so that's he's holding the Rock's belt.
Yeah, the final boss championship.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that really stuck with me where I thought the Rock might have said the wrong thing, because if you listen to the wordplay, he said, Cody, come in and embrace me. I'm going to take your soul. You're going to be my guy. The dream is dead. And I was like, oh, because everybody knows the American dream is Dusty Rhodes. I think he should have said the nightmare is dead. Like,
the nightmare's over.
Right? It kind of weirded me out to the dream is dead while his dad was dead. And I don't think that that's what the play was. But the response to that was, yo, Rock,
they'll drag your daddy grandparent down for the grave for a storyline. So this already.
Cody comes out instantly.
Drag anybody out.
I've never seen Cody with a potty mouth. I've never seen that in Cody. He's always seemed well-mannered and whatever. And, yo, Rock, go fuck yourself. I was like, that definitely came from the belly. Go fuck yourself. Cena's going crazy. I'm like, oh shit, right? Like,
this is crazy.
I thought that right at this point, I'm thinking, holy shit, he's not going to join The Rock, right? We're going to get Cena and fucking Cody Rhodes. Maybe somehow The Rock inserts himself, whatever.
Yes. That's the same thing I thought. The Rock is going to take over Cena's spot at WrestleMania, and Cena's going to have to wait till SummerSlam or some shit like that.
So
or night one Cody Rhodes versus The Rock. If you beat me, then Cena gets 9-2 against Cody Rhodes for the belt.
Ooh,
That's what I was thinking.
okay. So
When I saw that.
So I like where your head is at, right? So when they go to Embrace and Cena's face,
yes,
I'm like, oh no, right? Like he says, and and Cena starts putting the beats on him, and I'm like, never in my life, because we've always been teased. We had the ultimate tease with God bless the dead, Bray Wyatt. We had the ultimate tease with Bray Wyatt and John Cena with the N.W.A.
Yes.
And you're like, oh shit. Or is Cena, because remember, Cena has turned down Vince mad times. I don't want to be a heel. I don't want to be a heel. Like, I'm a good guy. I'm gonna end this
guy has been the face of WWE for the last 15 years as a favorite.
Yeah.
All I can't wait is the sketch of Cena pushing a little kid, like a Wish Foundation kid, up the wheelchair, like lazy, disloyal, disrespect on a T-shirt, and then just dumps the kid on the floor, make a Wish kid on his kid, just dump on the floor and leaves. Now that shit right there is gonna be crazy. If that happens, it's a skit. That's a skit.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm literally standing up like, oh my God, right? Like, Cena turned fucking heel.
You sent me a message saying, holy shit, in capital letters.
Yes.
And I'm waiting for I'm like, wait, what happened? So now I go to social media, and then I said, oh my God.
Bro, like my hair standing up. My hair. So I'm sitting there, even the wife is like, how? Right? Like, how is John Cena the bad guy? And I'm like, yo, you got to do what you got to do to win. Now, before you go into anything, so at one point, because I started doing a little, putting some energy to find out some ish. Now, at one point, he threw a 3, and he did that, The Rock, meaning The Rock, right?
Yeah.
So The Rock did this while he was talking to Cody. John Cena's logo is that. That's his T-shirt, right?
Yes.
I'm like, oh, shit. So that was the play the whole time, is John Cena's this guy. Okay. So when he did the 2, that's act 2, right? There's only one more act. Roman Reigns is coming. I'm telling you, Roman Reigns is joining The Rock, and they're going to build, I'm not saying N.W.A. I don't know what it's going to be called. I would love, listen, N.W.A. when WWE was trash. WCW N.W.A. 5. You put The Rock, John Cena, and fucking Roman Reigns in a group, because there's only one more act, and we all know that's how you do Roman Reigns. He's the one. The 3 of them, I'm telling you it's going to happen, and I'm telling you right now, we're going to see something we've never seen in wrestling. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait. Monday Night Raw today. Listen, today is Monday, 4:46 p.m. This is when we're recording it. John Cena he's got to show up on Raw. It won't be just a mic drop. Somebody's got to do something. The Rock or Cena is going to be approached by somebody. You have to say something, because right now, you just put the blueprint. Bang, we're here. Monday Night Raw, the night after, you have to start putting things into fruition, and you have to start developing your story. We're going to see them speak, and I'm telling you right now, get ready, because as a wrestling fan, when
you got a month and a half. You got a month and a half.
When we see things that we've never seen, this is the fun part of being a wrestling fan. It's not seeing Kenny Omega versus whatever for the 700th time.
Yeah.
It's not seeing John Cena and Randy Orton for the 19,000th time. Right? You've seen it, you know it. But when something special happens like this, I'm telling you, I'm all in. Talk to me.
Yeah, all I know is this. Like I was telling Chev before, last night I actually dreamt of my answer to this question here that Chef was going to ask me. So in my head, like I said, I dreamt about it, so I already wrote it down, rehearsed it in my head, so I know exactly what I'm going to say. 1982, Ric Flair, Kerry Von Erich in a cage match. Michael Hayes is the referee. They get knocked out by mistake. Michael Hayes gets knocked out before Kerry is about to get out the cage. Terry Gordy knocks the cage door on Kerry's head. We get the Freebirds versus Von Erichs. 1983 Starrcade. Ric Flair, Nikita Koloff in a cage match. After the match, the Russians jump Flair. Dusty Rhodes comes to save Ric Flair. The Andersons come out, break Dusty's leg. The formation of the Four Horsemen started from there. 1988, Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express were wrestling. Jim Cornette gets a phone call. Nobody knows who it is. Next thing you know, here comes Paulie and the original Midnight Express. They destroyed the Midnight Express and bloodied up the hell out of Jim Cornette. 1999, Hulk Hogan comes down to the ring to save the Macho Man and Lex Luger from the Outsiders.
Yep.
Hogan drops a leg of Macho Man. He's the leader, formation of the N.W.A. Reason I'm telling you these things is because these are the things that happen in wrestling that shook the wrestling world, where the fans went, "Oh my God!" moment. The time that you were as a fan, your hair on your arms stood up because you go like, "Oh my God, what just happened?" Nothing has happened like this in over 20 years. Have you seen anything like this? Because everything else, oh, you could figure this out. Oh, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I saw this. They try to do the same storylines over and over and over in different companies. Oh, okay, you already started coming, blah, blah, blah. No one saw this coming last night. As soon as Cody Rhodes said the F word to The Rock, everybody thought it was over. The Rock is going to leave the ring. We're going to see Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania.
Cody.
To finish the story with John Cena. John Cena embraces the Cody in the middle of the ring. The Rock gives him the sign. Cena kicks him, destroys Cody. Takes his own watch. Hits him 2 times, and Cody's already busted open. So you mean to tell me it took 2 hits from a watch to bust him open, but you can take Naomi that gets punched 3 times against a plexiglass, a cage side of the cage, and gets her hair banged against the door, and not 1 spink of blood comes out of her head. Come on now, bro. Come on now. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But when I saw that, hairs on my arms stood up. I got up from my chair because I was in shock. That is the shocker of the last 20 years that you've seen in wrestling. No company since then, not AEW, nobody has given you that type of shock, that type of excitement, disappointment, because a lot of Cena fans, I'm pretty sure they were crying.
Yeah.
They were shocked about what happened with Cena. So there was excitement, there was disappointment, there was they were showing people sitting after the show, sitting on the chairs in shock of what they have seen with Cena. In disbelief, people are going live just with their mouths dropped open, just sitting there like what just happened? Like somebody just stole your Christmas gifts from under your tree. Your payment was denied. Type your look on your face. That hasn't happened since the formation of the NWO back in 99 in WCW. Nothing has happened since. That type of excitement. That happened this time. And that will never happen again for another 20, 30 years from now, where something like that happens. This guy has been the face of wrestling, of the face, baby face, good guy for the last 15 years. Mr. Make-A-Wish Foundation, He's done more Make-A-Wish wishes than anybody else in the history of Make-A-Wish. I think he's already hit 1,000 of those things already in his lifetime.
Oh yeah, over 1,000.
Not one crazy shit outside. He's never been arrested for weed, DWI, battering any female kids, anything like that. This dude has been clean for 15 years. He's been the model face of wrestling, of Ikuro Kwon since the Hogan days, the Hulkamania days.
Yep.
What's the three things? Loyalty, respect, and what else?
Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Hustle, loyalty, respect.
So now hustle. So lazy replaced hustle. What was the other two? Loyalty, disloyal.
Hustle, loyalty, and respect.
Hustle, okay.
Disloyal.
So it's going to be disloyal, and disrespect is going to be the new T-shirt. When the new T-shirt drops on Monday night tonight, when he comes out with lazy, disloyal, and disrespect on his shirt, that shirt is going to sell out. That's going to be the fastest selling T-shirt in the history of merchandises, because this has not happened. The formation of the N.W.A. We are not going to see, you and I will never see something like this again in our lifetime. So
no, we'll be dead.
And then WrestleMania has been upside down because now we don't know what's going to happen at WrestleMania. We're still going to get that match, but in what end?
Yeah.
Like, what type of match is it going to be? Is The Rock going to get? Is a 2-night extravaganza? What's going to happen in night 1 with Cody Rhodes? Does he have to go through 6 guys to get to John Cena on Sunday night? Like you said, the formation of a new army where The Rock, he's the boss. You're going to pay for you disloyal and disrespect. You're going to go to this every single week. Night 1 of WrestleMania, you're gonna have to go to the whole bloodline and wrestle every single member of the bloodline. And if you win, you keep the belt. If you lose, then you lose the belt. Period. So now he's gonna have to beat the whole bloodline on Saturday night to get to Sunday night to defend against Cena. I'm just throwing shit out. My brain is processing things. But this was the shocker of the last century, the last decade, the last 2 decades. Period.
For anyone that might say, "Oh, Cena's been in WWE for over 20 years,"
yes.
Let me explain to you what my brother's saying.
First
He's
3
saying
years
when he was at the top.
Yeah, first 3 years he was a heel, the doctor of thugonomics. People forget that part.
Yeah.
First 3 years.
So that's when he was. Well, this is where the hustle comes in. He was doing whatever he had to do.
Remember, he was towards the ring every time, making this battles or this reps for the first 3 years.
And he was going at the Undertaker heavy to try to get that rep in. Like, I can beat this guy. I'm worthy of being in this company. So what you're saying is when he was at the pinnacle, when John Cena is the champ and changing the game, he's the guy who made people like me. Like, to sit back, first off, the spinner belt was directed to anybody who's into hip hop. Yep. White, black, Spanish, Asian, I don't care what, yellow, whatever you want to consider yourself. Green from another planet, I don't care. That spinner belt was this is for y'all. Yep. The chain with the lock on it, that's more hood shit, right? Like John Cena took it to another level, and then he became the pinnacle of wrestling. He became the ultimate good guy. He's Mr. Make-A-Wish, right? Like this guy's and we've seen, there's a video out there that when they're showing him somebody's Make-A-Wish kids on a video, and then they start coming in, seeing us crying. Like, this guy's a good guy. From what we know, there's no dirt on him. There's no smut, nothing.
Exactly. So, that we know of.
All of a sudden, he does. That's why I said that we know of. That we know of. The Hogan turn was the effect. Yes. Because Cena had the same effect. Yep. The only difference is this is felt on a larger mass because there's no Twitter, there's no Instagram, there's no YouTube.
Exactly.
Unless you watched it and you might have called one of the friends because, ain't nobody texting back then. Because you can't beep, Hogan N.W.A on a beeper. So that was through word of mouth through when you're seeing your people. As soon as this hits, people from India, people from China, people from XY, insert wherever you're from. They're seeing this line. As soon as you go on Twitter, it breaks the internet. It's everywhere, unlike before. So not everybody knew Hogan until a day or two after turned heel, where everyone knew Cena was heel as soon as it happens. This changes the game. We've never seen it until, 20 years ago? Like, yo, come on, man. This is that thing. We're going to sit back. Now we're sitting here for
the last 20 years. Have you seen anything like this the last 20 years in wrestling? Like this type of effect?
Bro.
Anybody? They try to do same ideas, but it never hit like this.
First off, we've said this. The only person that could pull a Hogan is Cena. We've said this years ago, right? The only person that could really pull this is Cena, because there's no ultimate good guy. Listen, I've seen Cody Rhodes as a heel. We've seen it. We've seen The Rock as a face. We've seen The Rock as a heel. We've seen Stone Cold as a face.
Exactly.
Like, we've seen all these guys play the ledger. There's no company bigger. Now, this is when I say when Cena does this, there is no one in AEW that's ever going to be able to make this impact. Not in TNA, not in MLW, not N.W.A, only here.
The only way this will happen again is somebody in their early 20s starts now as being a baby face for the next 15, 20 years, and then they pull the same thing in 2055. Because we're in 2025. They do the same thing in 2050. Hopefully, we're still alive, maybe not. But in 2050, they might pull the same thing. And oh my God, this just turned heel. And they're gonna go. The last time we saw this, back in 2025. So this is gonna happen 20 years from now, if it happens again.
So let's just say right now, and we could end it on this. Let's just say right now, you look at AEW's roster, right? You go, okay, MJF. Let's not act like we don't know MJF is before AEW. If anyone knows MJF, it's the two of us, right? So we know MJF from MLW. We know how he talked and how he is. He's a bad guy. He's a great heel. Who cares if he goes face, right? Like, you go face, you go face. Kenny Omega, we've seen him as a good and a bad guy. The Young Bucks, we've seen him as good and bad guys. There's no one right now that they have developed that's been a face the whole time that they can sit back. Now, this person has to be a multi-time world champion. They have to be super out there. They got to be in movies. They gotta connect in a really good way, right? You got to hit on that Cena thing, and you got to keep going. You need a Rock, and you need a John Cena to do what just happened. And not for nothing, those motherfuckers don't come around like that. The Rock is arguably the greatest of all time. He's in the same category with Flair and Dusty Rhodes and Triple H, all these guys. He's in the same category. Yeah, Cena's in the same category as the Flairs and the Undertakers and The Rock and all his peers. Kenny Omega is not in that category.
And the funny thing is, Ric Flair tweeted last night after that happened, saying that he doesn't hope that Cena breaks his record. And we know, once again, Flair has 20-something world heavyweight titles, but whatever happens in WWE is what they want the world to know. So he's at 16.
Yeah, they're not counting N.W.A.
They're counting stuff outside of WWE days. So I'm pretty sure he's going to break it out. So Flair said he don't want him to break it. But like you said, tonight, Netflix's numbers are going to go up the roof. Because every wrestling fan from everywhere is going to be tuned to tonight's Netflix to see if they come out. And it's going to be a pain in the ass. Yep. I'll be shocked if he doesn't come out tonight. I mean, I don't know if they could hold that out like that for like another week, 2 weeks. Like, Cena doesn't care. He's not going to show up now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be crazy if they don't.
I mean, they could have pre-taped the segment.
But I'll say
they could pre-tape a segment
tonight. The Rock doesn't even have to be there. Cena just has to answer the question of what happened and start from there. So this might be
like I said,
most watched Netflix in a long time ever. Just people just waiting to see what Cena's gonna say tonight. So because they even mentioned after WrestleMania they're gonna do that whole thing over again with the drafts again. People getting drafted to different shows.
I'm glad you bring up Netflix, because now it makes sense to me why John Cena had to be a part of that Netflix deal, right? Because as a business standpoint, because until you said it, I didn't think about it. Right now, this is going to be the most watched Netflix WWE event of all time.
Episode. Yep.
This is it, because you're never going to have The Rock or Cena turn bad again. And you know the kind of numbers that this is going to pull in, filthy numbers. Like, I'm talking filthy numbers.
From now to WrestleMania.
Right now, yeah.
Because they have to know what happened.
So you're 1,000,000% right. You stated it a bunch of times, and I agree every time you say it. Ric Flair is the greatest heavyweight champ we've ever seen. Right now, I'm not a Ric Flair guy. I'm not a Four Horsemen guy. I'm an N.W.A guy, right? Like through and through. But it's the same way I am with Jordan, right? I've never been a Bulls guy. I've never been a Jordan fan. He's the greatest of all time. I've never seen anyone like Jordan. I give love to the legends. Doesn't matter if you're on my team or not. So I've never seen that. Right now, we're looking at Jordan and Jordan together. The Rock and Cena are the pinnacle of what this business is. We don't have that opportunity. We do now, right? Like, we're sitting on here excited because last time we seen this, we weren't fucking podcasting no wrestling with N.W.A. There was no podcast. There was no such thing as a podcast. No. So
the computer was just coming out.
Sit here and go, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're sitting here going, well, what's next, right? Because this is the fun part of wrestling. This brings me back to my childhood. I can tell you where I was when N.W.A. happened. I was sitting there with the homies in my man Craig's house, and when he turned, we're all, holy shit, like, how did fucking Hulk Hogan turn? Right?
Everybody had different ideas, different stories. Nobody knew. No one had any clue.
No.
The beauty of things.
No, and listen, The Rock is smart enough, business-wise. Whatever this is going to have a name. If it's N.W.A., if it's the corporation, if it's whatever, they're going to make a logo, and that shit is going to sell like fucking hotcakes, right?
Dude, like I said, if I don't see Cena coming out with a lazy, disloyal, and what was the other one? Disloyal and
disrespect
on
disrespect.
Yeah, like lazy, disloyal, and disrespect on a t-shirt, they're gonna miss out on a great merchandise, because I'm pretty sure whatever happens, that shirt is gonna drop and people are gonna buy that like it's hotcakes. It's gonna sell out tonight.
If it's super crazy, whatever happens tonight, my street card is getting tossed out the window today. So I watched the old lady baking it. Love that show. Tomorrow I got chess club. So whatever happens tomorrow, I won't be able to jump on. But Wednesday, I will fucking abduct this man, and we will talk about whatever. If it's crazy, we're gonna have to come on here and talk it.
Yeah.
Right? Like that. That's it. So outside of my geeky chess shit and my fucking old ladies baking it, street card thrown out the window. Do you have anything else you want to talk?
Yes. No, but I just want to say excitement is back into people our age who watch wrestling.
Yes.
Goosebumps, hair pulling up. This might be the last time my hairs go up on my arms. I say shocker, excitement. Tonight I'm going to be glued to Netflix just to see what's going to happen. And like I said, Cena has to come out. He has to say something. They gotta talk about this, because this might be the highest rated Netflix episode in the history of Netflix. Period. Over live show, over live anything live. So
I'm about to say, Stranger Things numbers are crazy.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things, but I'm saying, but live, a live event.
Live, absolutely live, yes.
Yeah, so there's not many live things on Netflix, so I'm expecting some numbers to go crazy tonight.
Listen, like you said, You kind of have to, right? With the effect of this, the numbers are going to be ridiculous, and all we need is a 3 to 5 minute segment.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need a long drawn out.
Yeah.
Right,
like it did
something short, sweet.
The match, he came out, took the microphone, looked at it, and Mike dropped it and left. But we need a 3 to 5 minutes. Go ahead in the ring, have him talk. Why he did that. And you said, this is my last opportunity. I'm not a young puppy anymore. I had to do what I had to do to get number 17. The only way I was going to do that is fighting with The Rock. He's going to give me the opportunity of a lifetime to get my belt back, break Ric Flair's record, and be the best heavyweight champion in the history of wrestling. Shit like that. And then from there, you got Monday and Fridays of SmackDown, and you can start building your WrestleMania shit now for the next month.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Like I said, it gets all right for anyone that does this, for anyone that does podcasts. You could fake like whatever. Like we've done lives where we're like, oh yeah, this is cool, whatever. But a lot of times we try to make topics that will keep us going like this, right? Because sometimes wrestling gets stale, and you sit back, you're like, damn, MLW's on a decline, AEW is a fucking miss. Impact is on a major up, and a lot of that is because of NXT, and we love what they're doing, working with each other. That brings an excitement back to podcasting again that we have the opportunity to do, and we talk about it heavy.
What's today?
N.W.A is in a weird.
Today's the third.
The third, yes.
Okay, so Wednesday is going to be the Evolve show on Tubi, where they're showing the WWE ID.
Right.
That's on Wednesday. Starts on Wednesday. So more WWE stuff's coming out now. WWE is hitting on all cylinders, and once again, they are proving as to why they are the universe of wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's becoming. They have so much content and great content. Like you don't really watch Raw and SmackDown a lot. You're an NXT guy, right? Yeah. So you go, okay, I got my NXT. You go, I got my NXT. But now with the Rock and Cena, you're going to be glued to Monday Night Raw, right? Well, so now you're invested.
Then you got Sunday's LFG show with the guys, with the new guys coming up. Mondays is Raw, Tuesdays is NXT, and now Wednesday's going to be Evolve. So you got 4 days in a row of WWE action till Friday with SmackDown. So right now, content is there. I mean,
and you're a big indie guy.
Say that again?
I said, and you're a big independent wrestling guy. You love the
I'm definitely watching that show on Tubi on Wednesday, just to see all the new people coming up.
And I like it because this is what we pride ourselves in. We love watching people's careers grow and their resumes grow. And the ID is that on a larger level now, right? Like, so WWE is hitting what we've always spoke about, and now you have an opportunity to see it. So there's a lot going on. Listen, this is what we do. We like talking our shit. I forgot, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. I think we're stuck at 799. We're 1 away from 800, and we're 201 away from 1,000. So if you fuck with wrestling and you want to hear truth, and not that everything is perfect and whatever, like Muffins kept trying, the midnight snack kept trying to skip over.
Right now, you got just use your sugar from the apple pies, just sugarcoat it.
There you go. So we do drop that sugar on them. So listen, man, we give it to y'all the way it is, man. We talk the shit. We try to have fun with it. No bias. Well, no, I'm biased. Let me admit, I'm biased. When it comes to certain people, I admit my biasness. But we give respect and love to everybody. It ain't about no color, nothing like that. You know what? And I'm going to finish with this. For all you morons, let me just talk to these people real quick and then we turn off. For anyone who insults or boos somebody else's national anthem, you're a fucking idiot. Let me explain to you why. I don't care about America booing Canada and Canada booing Americans. Leave politics out. Leave it out of sports. Leave it out of wrestling. Because the same way now, and I've talked to Americans that booed the Canadian flag, the Canadian national anthem. You morons, half of your fucking favorite hockey teams are fucking Canadian-born players. So you're gonna cheer these people for your own games when they're here, but you want to boo their anthem? That's super disrespectful. The same way these idiots want to boo the American fucking national anthem, but then cheer on John Cena and The Rock and all these American people, like, makes sense. Stop putting politics involved. You hate Trump? Okay, hate politics. You don't gotta hate fucking a team or a franchise or a country because it's one person. That's goofy to me. I'll never sit there and shit on someone's fucking national anthem. That's corny. Respect each other. This is what we always talk about. Show love, man. Show love to each other because you know what? LVN, what's her name? Oh, man. Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green has been a great American champion. She's Canadian, right? We just seen her in the Raptor game, and it's dope as shit. She's the American champion. Nobody's booing her. There's no point. It's a fucking act, right? Like, enjoy what you enjoy. The stupid, hateful shit, y'all corny, man. Support each other, love each other, man, because love goes further than anything else. I hate all the hate, man. Like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. The Midnight Snack, Chef in the building. We out of here. Deuces.
Deuces.